Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. I'm gonna shoot this the same way as I shot my last video because it got a really good response. And if I'm perfectly honest with you, I really enjoyed doing it. It's raw, it's unfiltered. I think you get to know me a little bit more because it's not massively polished, it's not hugely edited. It's just me talking to you. And hopefully, as always, as with everything that I put out, I want to challenge you a little bit. I want to make you think. I want to maybe even push you somewhat. And if you wait until the end of this video, you will find out exactly how, if you want to, you can take things to that next level and you can get my personal help with this issue, the issue that we're going to talk about today. Now stand by. This is going to upset you, possibly. You don't have insomnia. Insomnia, it doesn't really exist. Not in the way that you believe it to anyway. And I'll tell you exactly why. I've helped literally hundreds of people all around the world fix their sleep issues. People who've come to me, chronic insomniacs, people who couldn't sleep at all, within a very short space of time, we're seeing massive improvements. And this is down to one thing. As with most behavioral issues, behavioral problems, it comes down to belief and the way that we've got our lifestyle set up. And something that I've noticed, people who come to me complaining of insomnia, when we peel back the onion skin, when we actually look at things rationally and not emotionally, when we look at things through the lens of reality and not what we believe to be reality, the issue in the majority of these cases is always down to their current life setup, their current lifestyle. The simple fact is they are not prioritizing sleep. And because they do not prioritize sleep, guess what? They're not going to sleep. Then, because they're not sleeping, society, the internet, doctors will tell them that they are suffering from insomnia. Whenever anybody tells you that you have something, that's then your identity. That's then how you start to act, how you start to behave, how you start to address yourself to other people. Your self-dialogue is all in line with what you have been told. Therefore, if you are told that you have insomnia, if you've Googled "I can't sleep" and you believe that you have insomnia, you are going to then act in line with someone who struggles to sleep, which means that you are subconsciously, you are going to not prioritize sleep whatsoever because you will be thinking, there's no point. I can't sleep. What's the point? Which means that your caffeine will creep up throughout the day because you're very tired. It means that you will scroll on your phone in bed. All these things are not conducive to a good night's sleep. Therefore, when we look at the evidence, I can't sleep. But again, we peel things back, we reverse engineer things, and we realize that our life setup, our lifestyle is not in line with someone who has good sleep. And you can flip this and you can change this and you can remove the word insomnia and you can replace it with motivation. You can replace it with willpower. You can replace it with I can't lose weight. You can replace it with whatever issue you believe that you are struggling with. If you believe that you have no motivation, if you continually tell your subconscious that you don't have any motivation, guess what? You're going to behave like someone who doesn't have any motivation. If you continue to tell people that you wish you had the willpower to change, you are going to act like someone who doesn't have the willpower to change. Insomnia, motivation, willpower, weight loss, success. It all comes under the same branch of a belief issue, a belief structure, which is then affecting your identity. Your identity then affects the way that you behave. The way that you behave then dictates the results that you get. So I'm going to challenge you this. I'm going to ask you to change the narrative. I'm going to ask you to stop identifying as an insomniac. I'm going to ask you to identify as someone who is a health-seeking individual, an individual who realizes the superpower, the value of achieving 7 to 9 hours recuperative, restful, regenerative sleep every single night, which means that you are going to act in a way where you prioritize sleep. Caffeine. No caffeine after midday. Light. Plenty of light in the morning. What this does, this sends a signal to your brain, basically turns the machine on for the day. When we turn the machine on for the day, we are also setting a time to turn the machine off at night. If you don't get enough light in the morning, if you delay your first exposure of natural daylight, you are literally knocking your body clock out of sync, which means that yes, of course, when you go to sleep at night, you are going to struggle. Caffeine, light, social media, screen time, laptops, all of these things, they stimulate you. They send a signal to the brain, that they send light into the brain because you're staring at your phone. That light then sends a signal to the suprachiasmatic nuclei saying that it's daytime, it's not time to go to sleep. So that's the physiological effect of light in the eyes. All of these things are causing you to believe that you have insomnia. If we look past the physiological effect of scrolling on your phone, we have the mental stimulation. We have the emotional dysregulation of being triggered by social media, being triggered by YouTube. You've only got to look at some of the comments that I get on my videos. Absolute hatred, absolute horrible comments, which I can only assume are written by people who have no emotional regulation, probably because they're not getting enough sleep, probably because their nutrition is way off, probably because they're not getting enough hydration. All of these comments, they just point to someone who's massively emotionally dysregulated. Like horrible. Like there's no need to comment some of the stuff which goes on my videos. I don't see the point. Anyway, that was a little tangent. Like I said, these videos are going to be raw, they're going to be unfiltered, they're going to be unedited. Hopefully you are kind of going, I think he's got a point. And if you're going to be 100% honest with yourself, are you prioritizing sleep, or are you living in line with someone who believes that they have insomnia? Hopefully this has helped. Hopefully it's made you think. As with everything that I do, as with every piece of content that I put out, I want to challenge you, I want to push you, I want to make you feel a little tiny bit uncomfortable. If this has done that, and you believe that I am the man to help you move past this, I absolutely urge you. I was going to say I beg you, but I'm not begging you. I urge you to click the link in the description below and get instant access to my upgraded energy blueprint. It's completely up to you what you do, but I guarantee that you will not regret it. I want to help you more. Have a good day.